Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat for Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we decide the playoff grid for the Xfinity Series as well as start the playoffs for the Xfinity Series. But first we come to the Truck Series where we had subscriber Connor Merrill in the truck. Started at Michigan here, a little bit down the order, but he would slowly be able to move his way throughout the field as you see him going through turns 1 and turns 2 on this opening lap here at Michigan behind the 7 of Corbin Forrester as they came out of turn 2 heading down the back straightaway at this point. But like I said, Connor had continued to move his way forward, and that was he came through a little bit later in this race, going through turns 1 and turns 2, closing in on a top 10 position at this point. And he would continue moving forward to where he had gotten inside of the top 10, but as the race went on, we came towards the final lap of this race actually, and that's when the trouble would start now as Connor, just like I said, continued moving forward. But right here you see on the final lap, Sheldon Creed actually went for a spin there as he came through turns 1 and turns 2 as he heads right back into the wall and he gets slammed by Gus Dean and actually goes up on his roof there through the corner. So that would end the race about half a lap or so early. Connor Merrill gets P9 for us here at Michigan, so a very solid result for our team. But now we come straight through to the Xfinity Series, the regular season finale here at Las Vegas. To see a big mistake from myself in qualifying there, losing the back end of the car. That would be a big setback for this race as we would have to start at the back of the field, a track that I have struggled at every time we've come here, really, in the Truck Series and in the Xfinity Series. So I was not looking forward to this race very much, but obviously the final race of the regular season, not much we have to worry about. But Cole Custer comes into this race second in the points, and he is still on the verge of being eliminated from playoff contention now. If Ray Black Jr. can find about 7 points or so, as the green flag though is out here for the regular season finale in the Xfinity Series. Elliott Sadler, our rival on our inside, as we're going to make it 3 wide already as we make the stretch down towards turns 1. Jeffrey Earnhardt started on pole for this race, so a great result here for Jeffrey Earnhardt in qualifying. Can he continue that in this race and have a strong run? He could win himself into the playoffs, and that would totally kick out Cole Custer now as we went down this back straightaway towards turn 3 behind Barrichello now as Earnhardt continues to lead. This one was only a 13% race, and then the first race of the playoffs at Richmond is going to be a 25% race now as we come through the trial at this point, crossing the line there. We are 3 to go in the stage, P32, so we've gone from the back, gotten up to 32nd now as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2, making it 3 wide there with Jeff Green, and I believe that might have been Joey Gase on the far bottom. But as we came through to the final lap now in this opening stage here in Las Vegas, only up into P30, now up into 28 there as we make some moves down into turns 3 and turns 4 behind Morgan Shepherd, and there's the 13 on our inside as we come through on the exit now of turns 4. It's not going to be a great stage finish there as we try to get Shepherd at the line, but the stage would get called obviously after 10th place across the line, so Shepherd was actually given the position there now as Cole Custer, our teammate, actually won the first stage, so he's putting himself in great position to keep himself from being kicked out of the playoffs before it starts. Obviously running second in the points, he definitely does not need to get kicked out. He's very deserving of a playoff position, and hopefully he can make it here today. He is our teammate. We want all 3 Stewart Haas racing cars in the playoffs now as the green flag is out and stage 2 is underway here at Las Vegas behind Kaz Grella. Like I said earlier in the episode, obviously wrecking here or wherever we finish doesn't really matter because we have 5 wins on the season. We're locked in the playoffs. I came into this race not really expecting to have a chance at victory, so hopefully we though can maybe get up towards a top 15. That would be, in my opinion, a success at this track. I think we could run much better if we ran a custom setup, but just really in the Xfinity, the lower series in general, I'm just not really interested in investing the time to put in a custom setup to the car now as we exit turn 4 heading down this front straightaway. Obviously when we get to the Cup Series full time, there will be a few tracks that I will need a custom setup, but we're going to use preset setups as much as possible obviously. Now as we go through turns 1 and turns 2 at this point, now up into P24, so closing in on a top 20 position now as we come towards the exit of turn 2 on the outside of Garrett Smithley down the back straightaway. We would continue now to the final lap about there in stage 2, and it would actually get ended early, about a lap early due to a caution coming out. I couldn't find what brought it up, but we got P21 in the second stage. Jeffrey Earnhardt wins stage 2. Cole Custer in that second position as we would not need to come to the pit lane, so we would stay out here at the end of stage 2 and get ready to start the third and final stage, the final stage as well for the regular season finale. And I actually decided to pit, I should say. I forgot about that. We decided to come to the pit lane because we weren't running good at all, so I did decide to come to pit road and we would take the green flag here from P37. Obviously, there is a car on pit road, so obviously that's what brought out the caution. Now, as the green flag, though, is out, and the final stage is underway here in the regular season. 14 laps to go. We were P21 at the time of the stage end, so if we can get anything better than 21st, then I'll consider this pit stop strategy a success. Now, as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 for the first time here in this third and final stage behind our Truck Series teammate of Austin Hill, as we go down this back straightaway, as we go down towards turn 3. So Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to win this race, which will put him inside of the playoffs. Now, as we briefly get into the wall there through the center of the corner, now as we exit turn 4, 3 wide with both Josh Balicki, and that might have been Mike Harmon on the far inside. No, that was actually Morgan Shepherd in the 89 as we go down towards turns 1 behind Joey Gase in the 35 car, giving him just a little bit of a tap. I didn't mean to give him a tap, but we had so much more speed than him that I just drove right into the back of him. Now as we come out of turn 2, heading down this back straightaway, now we have to get out of the throttle there to keep from hitting Gase again as we go down towards turns 3. So we've gained a handful of positions, and as we came through now to lap 18, we'd actually climbed up to P26 now behind Jackson. Now there's a spinner up ahead, though, right in front of us there as the car went spinning, and the caution would come out there as we came through turns 3 and turns 4. We just barely avoided that. I think it was Josh Williams that went spinning, but either way, we would get right back into the action. Now, as the green flag once again is out here in Las Vegas from P26 on this outside lane. 7 laps remain in the regular season. Jeffrey Earnhardt leads the way. Cole Custer obviously does not need Earnhardt to win this race, and you can see far up ahead, Custer is actually making a move to the inside of Earnhardt for the lead now. And we're going to look to the outside of Elliott Sadler, our rival, and get clear of him, and now to the outside of John Hunter Nemechek as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4, running up towards the top lane, obviously kind of forced, but at this point we came through now on lap 24, up to P21, making a move on P20 with against Ross Chastain, our rival, who tries to turn us through the center of the corner, and that pushes us way up the track as we exit turn 4, and Chastain retakes the position as we come through the tri-oval, crossing the line P22 with just 4 laps to go. Cole Custer, our teammate, continuing to lead the way, so we come through now to the final lap. We had gained 1 more spot and gotten back to P21, the same position we were in at the end of the second stage. We look to the inside of Ross Chastain. Custer, our teammate, leading the way now as we head out of turn 2, down the back straightaway for the final time in the regular season finale. Chastain tries to hold on to P20. It's not been a good run for us today in Las Vegas, which was expected. We always suck at Las Vegas, and now as we come through turn 3 and on the exit of turn 4, Cole Custer will come through to get win number 1 on the season, so now he will not have to worry about getting taken out of the playoff contention with a win as we get P21 here in Las Vegas. So that pit strategy did nothing for us because we finished it exactly where we were at the end of the second stage when we did pit. So unfortunate that we just didn't have any speed, but we made the playoffs, and so did all of the Stewart-Haas racing team here in the Xfinity Series. So hopefully we can have a strong playoff run. Obviously, this is our only season in the Xfinity Series. We actually got a special contract invite from Hendrick Motorsports, so we have Stewart-Haas and now Hendrick as a 5-star team. So Hendrick is a potential candidate, but it's likely going to be Stewart-Haas now. And I would do this truck race myself, so obviously I didn't show that. I never show when I do the truck races. So we cut straight through to the start, actually, of the Xfinity Series playoffs at Richmond. There's a playoff grid. Coming into the playoffs, we're second, 12 to the good. So it's going to get interesting. Cole Custer is only 0 to the good, obviously, so he's in tied with Noah Gragson as we get ready to start the playoffs here. It's going to be Richmond, and obviously Richmond, another track without a custom setup. I struggled at, and I actually did make some tweaks to the setup. I didn't put a full-on custom setup. I was just messing with the wedge, the track bar, and the tire pressures, hoping that I could find something good. But you can see right here, we qualified P27 here at Richmond, and I knew right when I made my qualifying lap that we were in for a rough night as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2 for the first time here at Richmond for the start of the playoffs. Now Chastain already getting into the side of me as we exit turn 2 as I stuck my nose up the inside. He's just hitting us down the back straightaway as we go down towards turns 3. He's not going to play very nice as we get on the apron there, and sideways we go contact with Chastain as we exit turn 4. Already a rough opening lap here as we came through to cross the line in P26. This is a 25% race, so a little bit longer obviously than the last one as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. Getting past, and we were dropping like a rock. I was very surprised as we're making more contact with Chastain. He's just giving me no room there as we came through down the back straightaway. So getting very aggressive with Ross Chastain, but like Ross Chastain, I should say, as we would get past him as he hit the wall, getting very crazy here. But we had dropped all the way down to P36 here within the next handful of laps, and lap 13 at this point. Obviously not a lot of time at a track like Richmond. It only takes about 22, maybe, I think, or so, 23 seconds, maybe up to 24s. Now as it came through, though, right to the final lap in stage 1, running P36 as the stage would end. This is one of the slowest cars I've ever driven, like probably the slowest 5-star car I've ever driven at any racetrack. It was terrible. So we would come to the pit lane and we would actually gain one spot, but that's not going to do us much right now here as we get ready to start stage 2 from P35. I was very, very concerned because we came into this round 12 points to the good, and we just gave up a ton of points right there in that opening stage. Now as the green flag obviously back out, P34 or 33rd now as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2 behind Jeffrey Earnhardt, who missed the playoffs. He had a chance in the last race to get in, but he just didn't quite make it happen. Now he's heading down this back straightaway. The speed in this car was just so bad, especially through the center of the corner. Earnhardt, though, goes sliding through the center of the corner now as we exit turn 4. Austin Hill got into my left rear, and now he looks to my inside as we come through the travel, but we use the draft from Hill up ahead to get clear of Austin Hill as we go down into turns 1, and behind me, he actually went sliding as well. Not sure what that was about now, as now Chastain gets to our bumper as we go down the back straightaway. Obviously, he's a rival, so he's not going to be friendly. He gives us a bumper into turn 3, and sliding goes Chastain. He makes a big save as we exit turn 4. So getting pretty aggressive there as we would actually fall down once again to P32 as we came to lap 12 of 16 in the second stage. Just no speed, and like I said, my biggest weakness was through the center of the corner and on the exit of the corner. The car was just really tight, especially through the center, but as we came through now to the final lap in the second stage, down in P32, we were just going nowhere at this point. It was becoming a huge frustration because I've never driven a car that was just not driving good at all at a track like this in Richmond. So very frustrating. Like I said, I messed with the setups with wedge, tire pressure, and track bar a bit, and just nothing seemed to work at this track this time around, which was very unfortunate. I decided to make some more changes right there as we came through getting ready to make the pit stop. Obviously, no one pitted except for us, so we are the only one in the pit lane here as we're going to be put down to P38 for this final stage. We only lost 6 positions. We have nothing to lose at this point. Now as the green flag, though, for the final stage is out here in Richmond. A huge hit in the first 2 stages for our points position, and we're likely going to see it after this race. But now, with 23 laps to go, we need every position we can because the rough first 2 stages, an incredibly rough first 2 stages. We were getting outrun by Mike Harmon. Now as we come through down the back straightaway, we're going to need every spot we can get here for every point. Every point's going to matter at this point now. As there you see the 61 of Hill actually go sliding, as I did get into the back of him, I think, a little bit there as we come through to cross the line here. 22 to go in this final stage. Christopher Bell, as you can see in the left bottom corner on the track map, leads the way as we look to the inside of Mike Harmon actually making contact. You can see exactly how tight the car was on the exit of the corner as we go down into turn 3 of the inside of Jackson. And as we came through now on lap 45, we'd actually climbed our way inside of the top 30. There's actually Jeremy Clements is going to make a move up the inside. He's a playoff driver now as we exit turn 4 coming through to cross the line. We're going to try and cross him over here with 17 laps to go at this point, but up inside the top 30, I couldn't believe how good we were doing at this point. Obviously P27 not good at all, but considering how the first 2 stages went, this was great. Now as we would continue to battle though with Clements, he would actually get past me as we came to lap 50 as the handling of the car once again starting to go away. So we come through now on lap 59 running P27 at this point. Christopher Bell, the leader, is right behind me trying to put me a lap down as we head down this back straightaway with just a handful of laps to go as we go down towards turn 3, but a caution's going to come out. We're the final car on the lead lap, and this is huge because we can pit and not lose a single position, and all of a sudden we have a chance to gain a good chunk of positions as this forces NASCAR overtime. Now as we have 4 fresh tires as the green flag is out from P26 it is now as we are underway now with just 2 laps to go here at Richmond Raceway. Now there you see the 23 of John Hudon-Nemechek on my inside as he was the reason for the caution actually as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Every point matters, like I said. Now as we exit the corner heading down the back straightaway, we got to be very aggressive. We're going to make it 4 wide up the middle here with Clements, the 5 and the 89 of Shepard multiple cars sliding as we come through turns 3 and turns 4. I was just in full bulldoze mode. It seemed like at this point crossing over Earnhardt as we go down towards turns 1 up to P24, and now up the inside of another playoff contender, Tyler Reddick, as we slide into the side of the 4 of Chastain as we exit turn 2. Now this 22nd place as we go down towards turn 3 up the inside of Jeff Green, and we're going to take P21 as we go through turns 3, and on the exit of turns 4, we will exit the corner to come through to finish in 21st place here at Richmond, which is, in my opinion, a great finish for how the rest of the race went earlier. Justin Allgaier wins it, though. He is now locked in to the next round of the playoffs. I could not believe that, but I actually forgot to record an exit screen for this video, so I will just say now, there you see, we are 1 point out, which is a lot more damage control. I was very happy. I thought it was going to be way worse, but as always, if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Like I said, I forgot to record an exit screen, so this will end it right here. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.